Hello and welcome to a training on using Google Docs. Google Docs is like Microsoft Word. It's a word processing program where you can create documents. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to get to Google Docs. I'm going to show you how to create a Google Doc and a couple of ways that you can store your documents so that you can find them later. So first of all, I can go to my waffle and I can go to Google Docs. So that's the first way. I have some templates here that I can choose from, and also I can go to their gallery to search for more templates, or I can just click on blank to start a new template. So that's the first way. The second way that I can get there is if I'm in my drive already, I can come over to the plus icon, the new, and I can go down to Google Docs. Okay, so the great thing about starting one from Drive is I can go ahead and go to the folder that I want my document to be in. So I'm going to open up my folder Test 2, and I want my document to be in this folder. So now that I'm in this folder, I can come to New, and I can create a new document there. Okay, and now this is my new document. So I can title my document at the top here. And now I can begin typing in the body of my document. It has a lot of the same features that Word has. If you scroll through your top bars, a lot of that is going to look familiar to you if you're used to using Word. And two, it has your bar along the top where you have a lot of your shortcuts here that you normally would use. And so I can create my document that way. When I exit out of my document, everything is saved. I never have to save it. It saves it as I'm typing, which is a positive of Google Docs. So if I click out of that, I can see that my test for training document is already in this folder that I had open when I went to new Google Docs. And so that is one way that you can create a document. If I go to my waffle and I just go to Docs from there, I can create a new document from here, and I can choose one of their nice templates. I can title my document. Let's see, we're going to do Test for Training 2. And so now I'm just going to save it like that. And again, saving it is really just closing out of it. Everything is saved that I've just done. And so I'm going to exit out of it. And I'm going to go, it's not going to be in this folder here because I went to my waffle and created my Google Doc. So it's actually going to be in my files. And if you've watched our first video, your drive is organized folders first, and then your individual documents and photos and movies next. So I'm going to click on Test for Training 2, and there it is. So it's in my drive, but since I went to my waffle to create it, it's not in a designated folder yet. It's just housed in my drive, which can be problematic because it's hard to find. You'll want to make sure that you're naming things and using some kind of naming convention that you can find things later that's easy for you. But I'm going to show you another trick too. If I'm in my document, I also can click beside it. I could star it, which would put it in my star folder. If it's something that I'm going to use regularly, that's a good idea. Or I can click the folder icon next to the title, and I can actually move it to the folder that I want it to be in. So these are all the folders that are in my drive. I'm going to find Test 2. This is where I want it. And you notice as I hover over Test 2, I get an arrow to the right. So I'm going to click on that arrow, and this is where I want it to be housed. So I'm going to click Move here. If I wanted to add a new folder to put it in, I could add a new folder within this folder to put it in. But I'm just going to click Move here. And you can see that it tells me that it did it. If I want to undo it, then I can undo it really quickly. before that disappears, I can click undo. So now if I exit out of it and I go back to my drive and I go back to my folders, okay, and I'm going to find test 2 folder, and there it is inside my folder now. So those are some ways that I can create a document. Again, I can come to Drive and I can create a new within a folder or within my Drive, or I always can go to my Waffle and I can select Google Docs and create a new document from there. So that is how you create a Google Doc. Thank you for joining me for this training.